All right, so we're leaving the Department of Aging and your offices here and headed out to where Public Works is, where the county ride is now. Is this considered the Department of Aging anymore? I thought you said there were some changes.
Yes, there were some changes. In 2011, the county reorganized. We became the Department of Community Services.
Okay.
So prior to that, transportation had grown so much, we moved transportation out to Public Works with funding from MTA. We did multiple things like helping with a new fuel depot.
Okay.
We added a garage bay to the facility out at DPW, and then we added the offices for transportation. And since then also have added a bus wash out there.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh, man.
So,
man, Stephen, you got it good, brother.
Right?
I definitely do.
For safety and security, we really needed all of the vehicles locked in the fencing and everything.
Yeah, because they used to just be right out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, now we have multiple agencies in community services. It's housing, local management board, aging. Now we have public housing authority, and of course, transportation still falls under the aging division.
Okay, all right. But it's public transportation as well as aging, yeah.
Yes.
One of the great things I think, Cathy, about you and I, our past connection is your dad, Bill Riggs, was county commissioner when I got hired.
Yes.
On my first job here as transportation coordinator. It was him and I think Sonny Schulz and Wheeler Baker were the three commissioners that hired me as the county's first transportation coordinator. So great family connection.
Small world, isn't it?
It is, yep.
Very happy to serve here in Queen Anne's.
Yeah, and I understand you're doing amazing things. You're headed like the state association and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did that for wonderful. A long time, and a lot of lobbying in Annapolis and working for our funding for all of the agencies. So.
Yeah. Stephen Palmer, you have the job I used to have.
Oh yeah,
but I heard you got a good title now.
I do, transit administrator.
Dude, upgrade, big time, yeah. Well, that's great. How long have you had this job?
3 years.
All right, and tell me about what the system's like now. Explain to people how a county transit system works.
Well, it's probably sort of similar like when you were there, except for we decided to go fare free. A couple other counties in the state went fare free. We needed to get our ridership up after COVID.
Yeah.
And the new funding that came down through MTA was going to be about ridership. So we went from in 2022 to 12,000 rides to just last year 36,000 rides.
That's great.
So the fare free is definitely working.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the goatee too. For some reason, I just like that.
Must be a transit thing.
That's right. Yeah. And so, I mean, I think what a lot of people maybe realize, but maybe you could explain more, is how important a system like County Ride is to people. I mean, they really have. It's not like there's a ton of options out here.
Oh, absolutely. So when I first started, we were about 5% of our riders was for workforce. We're up to 35% of our riders are for workforce now.
Wow.
So it's great to go to Royal Farms and to see the cashier that just took your bus and thanking you because she got there for free.
Dude.
She didn't have to use her hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And it really makes a difference to the people in the community.
That's something. And how do you pay for that? I mean, what was your fare box recovery ratio prior to this?
Well, when we first started, it was the money we were bringing in was about the money it cost to count the money.
Yeah. So the tail wagging the dog, as they say.
Yeah. So it made sense to eliminate that. It made sense that driver assaults were on the rise. Eliminates all that. There's hardly any negative interaction.
There's no friction now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And is it? So when I was here, we were doing regular public transportation, but we also had a lot of elderly and people with disabilities, taking them to dialysis and senior centers. Is it still that kind of a mix?
Yeah, we still have that. We're about 50% of our ridership is door to door, and 50% is the routes.
Okay.
We still do a lot of senior business. We go to all 4 senior centers in the county. Still have a good ridership there. But we've really across the board have all ages.
That's great. And what's your budget and your number of employees?
Well, we have 21 employees, counting myself on staff. We have 20 vehicles. We have 2 dispatchers, 1 office personnel, myself, and then the rest drivers. Great group of people. We got some longevity, like Tommy, who's driving us right now. Been there probably since you were there.
Yeah, I can remember him.
But yeah, great. A great group of people, and since we went fare free, the morale of the drivers is way up.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's all positive interactions now.
That's wonderful. I remember when I started, so Cathy might remember this, I was 22. I was right out of college, and every one of the employees could have been my mom and dad or my grandparents. Most of them were ultimately my grandparents, and it was, I loved working here. I've told a lot of people that out of 37 years now in this industry, small, medium, and large systems, and now kind of having a global platform. My heart felt the warmest when I worked here, because every day I was working very closely with our passengers, like in that senior center we were just in, I'd play the piano in there for them. At Christmas, we'd sing Christmas carols, and I just I would have CDL license. I would drive the bus and take them places, and so I was the closest to the passengers then. And so I encourage transit executives across the world now, to do that, to not get stuck behind their computer and political meetings and all that stuff, but stay connected as much as you can with the people we're actually here to serve. I think we, like Stephen Covey said, right, if we begin with the end in mind, who are we here to serve? And make that our primary focus. It enables us to make the right decisions, and it also speaks to our heart and keeps us engaged and enthusiastic about working every day.
Yeah, it was just Friday. We had our senior summit at the 4-H park. I went out there. We had 35 riders that rode county ride. I helped each one of them get off the bus.
It's beautiful.
So I try to get out there.
That's beautiful, babe.
And see everybody as much as I can.
That's good. So tell us about where we're going now.
Well, we're headed out to my office, which is at DPW. Like Cathy said, it's our fuel depot, our bus wash, and our office. We house all our buses there. Everything's undercover, so when it snows or rains, bad weather, drivers can still do all their pre-trips and post-trips. Great fuel depot, again undercover. The money that we've got from MTA really helps us utilize what's best for our county and our drivers.
And I know it was this way when I was here. The county commissioners really funded us more than the bare minimum. A lot of counties in rural areas will only fund the match that you need to get the state and federal. But here, is it still the way that the counties?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our county commissioners are great. Cathy is really great fighting for us. And when we decided to go fare free, I pushed it to Cathy first. I thought it was going to be tougher than it was, but it went right through, and they love the idea. And they really love how much the ridership is going up.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about this regional effort. Is it Must Bus? I think this all started after I left.
The Mid-Upper Shore Transit is based out of Easton, but it's really Cecil County, Queen Anne's County, Talbot County, Caroline County, Dorchester County. It's us and Delmarva Community Transit.
Is Kent involved still, or no? Is Kent County?
Well, Delmarva Community Transit runs Kent, Caroline, Talbot, and Dorchester.
Yes. Old Sandy Grandy, is he still there?
No, he's retired.
Okay.
They have a whole new regime in.
All right, he was the king of Dorchester County, I used to call him.
It's really just a way to bring the shore together on a website with all our schedules, and shows how someone can get from the Bay Bridge to Ocean City.
Oh wow!
In a day.
Really? Yeah. So all the transit systems have points where you could drop off and meet someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so important in a rural area.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we do it every day.
Is that right?
We pick up in Annapolis and take to Easton, or we take to Easton and go to Annapolis. There's people all day long.
Yeah.
Coming through our county.
Now I remember we had a driver named Lois when I was here. He used to drive a minivan, and she would take people to the Wilmer Eye Clinic in Baltimore, which is like an hour and a half from here. Do you all still do those kind of long distance trips, or you keep it more local?
We keep it more local. We go as far as Annapolis, as far as Easton, as far as Chestertown.
That's a good distance, yeah.
But luckily our county's grown so much that the doctors that people need are in our area.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
All right, Paul, we're out here at DPW, and this is where we park all our buses. As you can see, it's undercover. It's a great spot for us. We have Wi-Fi out here, so we can come out and get the cameras out of the buses and items like that. Each driver has its own spot. They can do all the pre-trip with our garage right there. It's real easy to get the oil or the antifreeze they need to make it run successfully.
It's good.
We're out here. This is where our buses park at DPW. Like I said, it's undercover. The drivers can do their pre and post trip. It's really close to the shop, so they can get all the fluids they need when it's time to get fluids. And it's really a great spot for us. MTA and MDOT gave us money to basically put in one lane for us to use with the shop. ARPA money just last year got us this great alignment machine.
Oh, wow.
You see back here, they also got us a tire changer. So the ARPA money really came in handy to really help us with our buses and keeping up the maintenance with our buses.
Fred, great to be with you here.
Paul, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I really did.
Here at our courthouse, Centerville.
My favorite spot.
It is.
My favorite
right
spot.
Here, yep. So tell me about, because you're the kind of the town raconteur, tell me about where we're at.
I'm a town wreck. Is that what you're calling me? I'm a little insulted, Paul. We've known each other for 30 years and you call me the town wreck.
Raconteur,
well,
storyteller.
You're in one of my favorite spots. As you know, me and old Coach Nesbitt used to sit here every day and have a cup of coffee. Judges would go by, lawyers would go by, doctors. We got all the gossip. We knew what was going on. But what's so great about this area, and let's do a little history. Queen Anne of England, okay, decided in 1706, I'm going to create by charter another county in Maryland. And of course, that was named Queen Anne's County, 1706.
The Queen of England.
The Queen of England. The building behind us was built in 1792. It is the longest serving courthouse in the state of Maryland. Still being used today, EMS services and other people are in there, and it's just a perfect place. Now this wonderful statue that we're looking at right now of Queen Anne, there's a dog hidden in the back, and
Oh, yeah.
all types of goodies are hidden in there. She, by the way, was an invalid. She had to be pictured seating. She was obese, an invalid, and that's a great picture of her. Loved dogs. That was dedicated in 1977. Princess Anne was actually here with the ambassador of England. And by the way, there's pictures all around the town of them doing it. It was a wonderful event for small town Americana.
Yeah, that's the year I moved here, 1977. Yeah,
okay.
to Queen Anne's County, yeah.
But it's a lovely spot. It's kind of a central spot in Centerville because people pass through going to restaurants, stores, courthouses, and banks. And like I said, it's wonderful for us that like gossip. We get it all.
Yeah, yeah. Fred, today we've been followed, kind of shadowed by QACTV.
I see you've got the four guys over here.
Yeah. George Harvey and his whole team is there. And you have a show on there, but I think what's interesting is you're in my background. When I was the county administrator and actually started the QACTV, you were working at the Board of Ed, and we kind of did this together.
Well, thanks to your great efforts, the Board of Ed meetings are now on TV, and they were back then. But we had all types of great shows where Channel 7 let us show off the Board of Education, the good things we were doing. That was all your great work. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think people can still watch them anywhere in the world, right, George? Where can they watch? They can watch on
QACTV.com.
QACTV.com. You can watch all the programs, this public education government channel, which is serving Queen Anne's County.
And they do a wonderful job of filling in the blanks for the local history and what's contemporary events going on in Queen Anne's County.
Like tonight's a budget hearing, and they'll be there. I just talked to Bruce. He said they're going to be there filming, so everyone in the county can see it. So it's great. Yeah,
you don't have to travel. You stay
so
at home.
this is quintessential small town America.
Oh, you're talking 5,000 to 6,000 people in the whole town limits. It's still saying hi to neighbors, it's still petting dogs, and it's still knowing each other and loving where you live. Yes,
and you still ride your bike around?
My bike is right in the back corner. Matter of fact, ET's in the basket. I ride around at 5:30 this morning, every morning. There's only one car and me, and a lot of people shaking their head. What is this fool doing?
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to Queen Anne's County Chesapeake Heritage and Visitor Center.
Awesome,
We're
thanks.
so thankful that you came today.
Yeah, this is great. I love this place.
Yes, yes. It's we've just redid the inside the visitor center as well as our museum. It has a lot of heritage and culture that's all about Queen Anne's County. And I know that you've lived here for many, many, many years, but if you look back at the state seal, you'll see there's Watermen and farmers on that state seal, and that certainly carries through to the heritage and history of Queen Anne's County.
That's great. In your mind, because you're the head of economic development and tourism, what makes this county so great, so special? Why do people from all over the world want to come here?
Queen Anne's County is special in a lot of different ways, but I would largely say our quality of life, the nature, the fact that we have, you know, over 400 miles of waterfront, and all of our parks, many of them touch the water, and there's so much to do. During the pandemic, our parks were inundated with people that just wanted to be outside, and everybody's come to learn and love what we are made of and all the different opportunities that we have here just to get on the water and take a bike ride, take a walk, learn about the different birds that are here. I mean, it's just so much to do. The history, not to mention that. So there's just a lot to do and people love it.
Talk to me a little about the agriculture. I know I live in the middle of a big farm area.
Right, yeah. So our county, if anybody knows the counties, they're going to Ocean City. The part that you come through is Kent Island, and that's where our largest population is, and it's more suburban area, you know, lots of waterfront. The further you travel north is all pretty much agriculture. We have over 500 farms. We're one of the larger producers, especially in poultry and the grain to you know, feed those birds and animals. But it is a large economic driver for us. And so is, you know, when you think of the heritage, Watermen and agriculture, ag as well as Watermen, and Watermen are farmers of the water, you know, and so that's a large industry for us as well. Crabs, oysters, fish, It's really important to us.
Yeah.
There are some really cool exhibits in there, and some of them you kind of have to open in order to see what's in there. There's it talks about the ferry system and when it came over, the first bridge, the second bridge, agriculture. There's also some historic artifacts in there that are really cool that you're just going to have to see it to believe it. And it just talks about, again, our water culture, our heritage, our watermen, our agriculture, the history of the shore.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
great.
true heritage.
We ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Good.
Come on, let's
All right.
go. So with the Eastern Shore, as well as Queen Anne's County, there's a long history of hunting and waterfowl and the appreciation of the various birds. So we have the duck stamp pictures throughout, and I think we pretty much just about have them all, as well as some original decoy carvings. A good portion of the items in here have been donated or are on loan. And I'm glad the kids are here because we have some really unique opportunities for them to kind of see some things, and you have to do a little investigation to find them.
Oh boy.
Do one of y'all want to open up the refrigerator over here?
Ah,
Oh, you can pull out the shells.
look at that, guys.
Yeah, there's,
is that shark teeth?
Shark teeth and different things that have been found. Some of them are from Southern Maryland, some of them are from local, but this is a great place to bring the family, no matter what the weather is, to kind of check out some of the local things. And then over there to the left, you can see where we talk about, sea turtles, oysters, the different products that come from the county. And if you think about it, the Native Americans, the indigenous peoples that were here long before we were, many of these items they were producing as well, or cultivating, I guess I should say. And then over here, if you all come over this way a little bit, there's even more. See, you can see from 500 years ago, some of the things that they found from the Native Americans. It's kind of really cool. And then this, it says 4,000 and 8,000 years ago, if you can believe that. That's really great to see, and you can learn about this. Yeah. I know, right? That was before I was born. So down below, you'll see that there are some oyster tongs where back in the day, before they had some more innovative solutions in order to cultivate oysters, they used the hand tongs, and they would get on the boat and have to go like this and pull up the oysters. And many men for many generations lived off of that. We also have an older crab pot there.
Oh yeah.
I used to work with my dad on the water, and I was in charge of having to clean the metal crab pots. I would have much rather done it on a wooden one than the metal ones, having to get the wire brushes in there. But it's definitely an important industry for us. And it's come a long way as to the innovations that they've come to use in order to crab or clam or oyster or fish. And you see many of the nets, especially with the blue catfish. One thing I didn't know is that they trot line for those. I only thought trot lining was for crabs. And
Right.
now that's an industry that's starting to take off because they're looking to try to deal with the blue catfish.
So Jody, this is fantastic. A Boatel, a hotel for boats?
A hotel for boats.
That's good.
Right.
Tell us about it.
This is an indoor high and dry facility, typically known as a Boatel. This is the only one in the surrounding probably 4 counties that's indoors, heated. We store about 380 boats in here with full capacity. 4 stories, 4 levels of boats. We're heated, we're clean. The floor, you could probably eat off our floor. And we store boats up to about 38, 40 feet in length here.
And then what happens? If I want to put my boat here, how does it work?
Well, we have a boat cloud online system. So when you come in to bring your boat in here, we upload the app on your phone, Boat Cloud. And then when you want your boat in the water, you just access your Boat Cloud app, tell us what time you want it in the water, and we'll have it in the water behind you here, ready for you to enjoy your day on the
Drinks
bay.
and everything?
Well, we're not allowed to give you drinks, but
Okay. But you'll get it all ready for me.
Yeah, you can get a drink next door at the Dock House Restaurant or at the Crab Deck. Where
There
we're
you
getting ready
go.
to
We're going to go
next-
later.
next-
Yeah, that'd be good.
Good afternoon, Paul.
Hey, buddy.
What we do here, a lot of our custom boats, is something that started 78 years ago. My dad put this company together, and we've been up to 13,000 square foot in one shop for me and him, and now we're back down to about 3,000 square feet because the economy's people don't need what I build, but they want them, and they want them still, which is pretty cool, really. So anyhow, I'm still building boats.
Vintage hydroplane boats, right?
Well, not just vintage,
Okay.
modern day race boats.
Okay.
I built the last 3 that I built are unbeatable. Nobody's beat them yet.
Wow.
And the technology's 30 years old. So I'm pretty proud of that. And like I say, I won over 300 races in boats that I designed and built. And it's just been a cool way to make a living. I don't make any money, I make a living.
There you go.
You know? But that said, I've enjoyed every minute of it. And actually, I took a 2-year break from 66 through 68. Did 2 tours in Vietnam with the Navy Seabees. Seabees are construction battalions, what it stands for. And you do construction work.
And you've won some big races. You're a national champion, right?
12-time national champion. Set 9 world records.
Hydroplane boat racing.
Hydroplane boat racing. The inboard category.
Okay.
I don't fool with any outboards yet. Not to say I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted me to build one, I could probably build one. But I know I could. But yeah, it's been a cool deal.
Show us some of it. Tell me like about the boats. Yeah.
This is probably the smallest class we ever built.
Okay.
And the letter on the sponsor top designates what class it is. T was for beginners and the wives to get involved in and that and all that.
Okay.
So, but then I started out in a little 135. I got one outside I'll show you later on. But what I did was start off as far as the racing part. And the building part, shoot, I grew up,
With your dad, right?
planing plywood and gluing and screwing and everything. But
And a few years back, you and Wheeler Baker and a few people started a race that got very famous. Thunder on the Narrows, right in the Kent Narrows. Hydroplane racing, right? Tell me about that.
Well, that was something. I was coming up to the Kent Narrows here, racing when I lived in Virginia. I lived in a little town of Portsmouth, Virginia.
Where I was born, down there, Norfolk and
That's
Portsmouth.
right.
Yeah,
There you go. And so anyhow, we talking to Wheeler. I mean, my dad built his dad a boat back in the 50s.
Wow.
So that's not far back. Even though I knew the Baker boys.
Yeah.
Ted, Tom, and Wheeler. And so when I got up here, I said, Wheeler, what happened to the boat races here at the yacht club? I just lost interest, and just kind of fizzled out. I said, why don't we refizzle it and rekindle it and get it going again? So we got together with some names that you probably know and I can't remember, like Woody Woodruff.
Oh, yeah.
Woody was involved, and he was on the committee. Alton Pearson was still alive then. So a lot of the old timers that were racing were still living in the area. And Alton drove for Wheeler's dad. Well, my dad built him a boat. It was called the Bobo because they had a national boat distributorship. And so we built a boat for them and called Bobo. My dad's best friend ever, Shorty Hargett, W.E. Shorty Hargett, he built one in the same class. My dad and I did it for a living, but Shorty had a regular government job, and so when my dad was building the Bobo, he would trace out the frames and all from when Shorty came in to work that evening or that weekend or whatever. All the frames were already marked. All he had to do was cut them out and put them together. So my dad really thought a lot of Shorty. So that happened. We got the Bobo going, and Shorty's boat was called Shorty's Lauterbach Special. A lot of Lauterbach Specials running around. But we got those going real good, and there was a new class to start off with. It was every once in a while when somebody can't win, he'll start a new class so he can win it. But anyhow, it was a good thing to do. We needed a stock class. And so that was pretty cool.
So you all started racing out in the Narrows then?
Yeah. Back then, we raced right in Eastern Bay. I come up here in the early 60s, and
Yeah.
we didn't go up in Hog Bay. Men were men back then. You go out there in Eastern Bay. And they would start coming towards the yacht club, and then come down that little real tight turn in the pit area there by the yacht club, then go back out. So we ran 4 laps on a 1.25 mile course.
Okay.
So we didn't.
That's something. Yeah, I remember growing up, that was a really big thing here. Thunder
it
on the
was,
Narrows,
yeah.
Well,
Well-
by the way, you got some trophies and stuff in there, right? You want to show me some?
Sure, I
Yeah.
got a few in here. So everybody went to that concept. Everybody went to carbon fiber boats, and kind of put the backyard boat builder out of business.
Yeah.
And kind of helped.
And they had it hanging there.
They hang upside down. Robert, the owner then, here he is right here. That's that boat right there. That was taken after the fire.
Okay.
That picture was taken. We were up. I'm going up there next month. Well, July, and we're gonna have a.
And the whole place burned down. And when it was burning down, you said a fireman knew that was your boat.
One of the first guys that was on the scene of the fire was a boat racer. He knew the history of that boat. He just started wetting it down and saved the boat. That boat survived 6 years of me racing it, 5 years of Bob Theoret racing it, wherever he is, right there.
Yeah.
And
then
then
it
a
survived
fire. And then it survived the
It's the
fire.
only thing that lasted. The whole bar burned down around it
The whole bar
because he
burned.
saved it.
Yeah.
Another racer that
I
was a
don't think
volunteer fireman.
I don't think the sports bar owner was too happy with it.
Josh, thanks for meeting me down here at the county dock slips for the Watermen.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so your uncle had a boat here? Or?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of family members that have boats here. Jamie Coursey on my mom's side, he's right up here. And then Tom Willis on my dad's side. He and my dad and my buddy Will, they all own a boat together, and they're all former watermen.
Tell us about that Waterman culture and why this is here.
Well, all of Maryland's waterman culture actually started right here in the Kent Narrows. But before you get into the watermen, you have to kind of go back to the settlers. They came in 1631. And after that, in the 1700s, is when commercial watermen started actually working these waters. But they wouldn't have existed if it weren't for the black laborers and the shanties that used to be down here, because this area looks nothing like it used to, other than maybe right here in the county slips. But all these shorelines were covered with at least 20 packing houses, seafood packing houses.
Yes.
And then behind them, hundreds of shanties that had black families that were laborers in these packing houses. They worked hand in hand with the watermen that were all in these county slips. And when the guys would come in from their water every single day, they would hand over their seafood to the black watermen in these packing houses. It would get shucked and packed up, whatever they had for the catch that day, and then get shipped out by railroad or ship all over the United States. In fact, where we're walking used to be the railroad. So right here is where it kind of left out of. This area started around the 1930s along with the packing houses. The property over there, the Gardner family donated this, and this is what initially started this whole line of boats in here.
So they still come in. Tell us what a waterman's life is like. What do they do?
Well, they wake up between 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier, depending on where they're headed out of. A lot of them in the county and a lot of them in this local area come right out of here, and the night prior, they get everything baited up. So they go to sleep early enough, they wake up early, they get out here before the sun comes up, go out to their spots or travel further around the bay to where they might keep their boat. And then they fish, crab, oyster, clam, or even take out head boats for fishing parties throughout the day. And they come in, they get everything prepped and ready, sell their catch off the boat, and basically go home and do it all over again. And well, they probably stop and have a beer. You got to have a beer before.
Yeah, and they get a lot of that done all in the morning hours, right?
A lot of it, yeah, a lot of it. Well, it's like a 12-hour day for them. We work 8-hour days, they work 12 or more because it really never stops. My cousin still does it out of Queenstown, and every day he gets home, it's right back to baiting the lines. He's a commercial crabberman.
Oh, yeah.
So doing the trout lines.
So talk to us about what's on these boats here. This is, I think, a decent example of a boat. There's one with the cover, yeah.
So this is a trout line setup. That's a line puller, and right here on the edge here, you would drop your line in the water. There's all the lines in the baskets, and some of them, they're pretty long, hundreds and hundreds of yards long sometimes. But essentially, you line up, you let it sit in the water for a while, crabs eat on the bait, and then you pull up, you flip this over, you put the line over the roller, and as it comes out of the water and back down, they dip the crabs and they throw them into a culling box. Anything that's too small, they toss. Anything that's of size, it goes into a basket. And then once they're done for the day, they use that puller, the hydraulic puller, to pull the lines back in.
Gotcha.
Because they used to do it by hand, and
Yeah.
I had to be privy to that when I was younger.
That's great. So that's what a crabber will do.
That's what a crabber will
And
do.
in a
yeah.
good day, you can come back with how many crabs? How many bushels?
Man, when I was growing up, it was 30 or 40 bushels. I don't think it's nearly that anymore. I would say
Yeah.
10 or 15 is a good day today.
Yeah. That's a
Things
shame.
have changed for sure.
Yeah, I know we're trying to clean up the bay, but we got a lot more work to
Ooh,
do.
we got a whole lot more to do. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, what did you want?
Oh, yes, this is what I wanted. Espresso martini. I needed the caffeine after the day. So my buddy, how you doing? This is great.
I'm doing well, thank
Yeah,
you. How are
good,
you?
good. So tell us some about Cult Classic. I mean, this has become the go-to place now in the county.
Yeah, I think so. We're having a lot of fun. We've kind of become more of a community center than anything else. It's nonstop programs and events. We got 3 going on right now, which is pretty par for the course around here. And then still brewing beer like crazy and getting it out into the market and having a lot of fun in the meantime.
This bar, this is like the longest bar in Maryland, right?
It's probably the longest continuous poured concrete bar.
Yes.
Definitely seen longer, but I don't know if anybody else poured all the concrete at once.
Yeah, that's right. And you did it, right? With my son Joe
yeah.
and Forrest? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the whole
good.
crew.
Good, man. Well, show us around a little bit. Let's
Yeah,
take a little
sure.
tour.
So yeah, this is our tap room. Can hold anywhere from 150 to 300 people, depending on what kind of events we're doing in here. Sometimes we will max out this space and we'll go into our performance room, which is where we're doing the true crime trivia tonight.
Yeah, we just went in there. It's massive.
Yeah, that can hold a couple hundred as well. And then we can do probably 1,500 to 2,000 out in our parking lot as well, which right now has a big car show going on. So
Yeah, that's good.
Filling
And
it up.
later tonight, you'll have like an open mic night.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
100, 200 people out for that probably, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Awesome. And you guys brew your own beers.
We do, yeah. We currently can 7 of our styles. We got a few that are out of stock at the moment. But
Is this yours?
Yep, these are all brewed in-house. So this is Paul's Perfect Pour. This was a collaboration we did with Paul Reed Smith Guitars right down the road from us.
Oh, yeah.
And then got a hard seltzer we run. Our Kolsch is very popular. Blood Orange IPA, which Joe, your son's face is on the cover of that one.
That's right.
And our Strawberry Blonde is our #1 seller, has been since we opened 7 years ago.
That's good. And you have
Yeah.
Equals B beer, right? Named after your band?
That's the one right there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let me take one of those out. They come in 6-packs, huh? So this is Equals B beer.
Yeah.
And this is your band. You're in with Joe and Forrest. Yeah.
Started
There
as
we
a
go.
marketing gimmick.
Yeah.
So shortly after we opened, we put in a 250 square foot kitchen. It's small but mighty. We can serve hundreds of people at any event or program we're having for that. And then we have expanded into, we have our refrigeration out here, but this is our main brewing operation. So this is the,
Down here is where you brew it all, huh?
yeah, these are our fermentation tanks. These guys are 10 barrels, which is 310 gallons at a time. And that's our small size batch we do. And then when you get to the end of the row, you'll see the taller ones. Those are going to be our 30 barrel batches, which can do 3 times as much. And those are typically filled with the stuff we're putting in cans so that we can package half to go out to the market and keep half for in-house.
Is that what you do normally?
Yeah, for our canned beer, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is our west lot. You can see the big expansive mural that was put on here by the Kent Island Creators Club, which is a local group of artists trying to paint the town. The building square foot is 25,000 square feet, and our west lot is 25,000 square feet as well. So we do major events outside here. We just had the Whalers 2 weeks ago. Bob Marley's band came and played for Mother's Day to over 1,000 people. We did Kix's second to last show, which is a big name in Maryland. And we've had some other really amazing bands. Chris Sachs locally brings in members of Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band, and they play here every summer. So they'll be back again in August. And we just try to keep as many people out here having a good time as possible.
That's good. Yep, you come a long way from Chesapeake College, huh?
It's a different, some parts similar. Beer's better.
There you go.
So it's also a family-friendly location. We're a bar and we do nighttime programming, but throughout the day and over the weekend we have a lot of families come in, events, birthday parties, celebrations, you name it, pretty much daily around here.
Yeah. And so we brought in more of the grandkids that you didn't get to see at lunch today. Emmett and Sonny and my son Joe and his wife Nell. And Joe, you helped wire this place up, right?
Hey man, big project. Once was a grocery store and now it's a beer making machine. Hey man,
That's
a
good.
lot of good times here.
What do you think, Emmett? Good.
I've been here many times.
You've been here many times, that's
Been
right.
here many times.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. Yep. The one true comfort that's going to take the generation name on.
That's right.
Yeah, he's the only third generation of comfort with us. It's a boy. It's going to carry the name. Yeah.